Here we go. Is that started?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it started. Do you like this angle?
Uh-huh. Welcome to
What
our
about the
porch.
lighting?
The lighting
Is it too much
is
in my glasses?
amazing.
I think it's in my glasses.
You know what? We're grassroots, so
You want a beer?
we're not perfect. Yes, a beer would be great. Welcome to our porch, everyone. We live in Cambridge, Maryland. Andy Harris is a big fat liar. Thank you, honey.
Yeah, there we go.
Amazing.
Our selection.
Really
Our
good.
selection today is a local pleasantry, imbibement, RAR. Not
Cambridge.
paid for, by the way.
Cambridge,
This is a RAR
Maryland.
light. Highly recommended.
Yeah, it's good.
4.5 for us older guys. You know, those 10% beers now that, my God, are trying to kill us.
Maybe.
Anyway.
We got
that one
welcome them
open.
to our porch.
Welcome to our porch. Here we are for a little porch politics.
Yeah.
So, honey, we've been here 6 months now. We can talk a little bit about who we are, I suppose.
Sure.
Who we are.
Sure.
So, my name's Andy.
Oh, my name's Michelle.
And basically, my family goes back on the Eastern Shore long time. I've never specifically lived in here until now, but my family up in Queenstown, there's some Dolers and there's some Crouches and there's some Starts. Queenstown, Centerville, Rock Hall area. The German part goes back more than 100 years. The Crouch Start part, longer than that. I think Crouches are maybe even English, going way back. So we are now in Cambridge. Michelle founded Cambridge Indivisible. This is something we did where we used to live before, and
We rocked it.
she's the founder. She's you know, she's the cannon, and you know,
The cannon.
I'm the guy that kind of angles it a little bit here and there.
I'm the cannon.
I don't really have to as much anymore, you know, like back in the day. You can tell that story. Why don't you tell that story?
Okay, yeah, sure. So, thank you, Andy. I appreciate that. Love you.
You too.
Oh, we love each other. So, the deal is, I didn't know anything about politics. Not a thing. I grew up, born and raised in Southern California. We live in a bubble there, I'll be honest. And I thought everyone was equal and it's fine and everything's great and you just have to try hard and pull yourself up by those bootstraps. I didn't know any different. And so Andy is telling me about California's Congress. And I'm like, California doesn't have a Congress. It's in DC. Everybody knows that. And he's like, oh, dear God.
Seriously.
Every state has a Congress. I'm like, no, they don't. Because I like to be right. And I'm like,
I mean, California's not known for its civics.
so anyway, I lost that argument clearly. And he goes, oh my God, do not tell people that you don't know that. So I proudly scream it from every rooftop I can get on top of. Because I think that there's a lot of people like me. And I think that people are not, maybe they're too embarrassed to admit that they don't know. And, you know, we don't know. And the first time the felon got into office.
The felon, that's the best you got.
No, it's not.
All right,
I can
don't
be
go crazy.
very
Don't go
salty.
crazy.
I
Don't
know.
go crazy.
You're opening the door to
Calm
cray.
down. Calm down.
Okay.
8
So
years.
anyway.
8 years of this.
Oh no, we've been together for like
No, but I'm
18.
talking about, you know, your love
Oh.
affair with Trump has been going
It's not.
8 years
It's
plus
not
now.
a love affair
I don't know.
at all.
I don't know.
Opposite. Anyway, the first time he got into office, I like freaked out and I had that aha moment, like, oh my God, this is how people of color have felt forever, and I have not been there. I have failed as a citizen. I didn't know what to do with that, and I thought it was a great idea to hug every black and brown person I saw at the grocery store, the movie theater. I didn't know them. I would hug them and tell them I love them and I'm sorry, and Andy here would be like, oh no, we got to get you home. So
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I mean, we did the, you remember when they banned Muslims from coming in at the airport or whatever?
You're getting ahead of the story.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
Well, let me just tell this real quick, because it's
Okay.
kind of like,
Fine.
we're down there marching. This is one of the most effective marches we had. There were lawyers there that were helping people on site, you know, and this was just like a couple weeks in, and people were fired up, you know, and so we're marching the halls of LAX, the international terminal there, and Michelle is literally trying to hug every cop there is, and some of them were just like not having it at all,
because
and she's just like, oh, no.
I just love everybody,
Yeah.
and that includes policemen and women.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so thank you for that important interjection.
Well, I mean, I think it was important, you know, little sidebar to the main story here. Are you almost done?
Okay, I
Okay,
think you
keep
know
going.
better. So anyway, I have a marketing advertising background, and so I was like, what do we do? And then the Women's March, I'm like, okay, we're gonna go to DC, let's go all the way there. So when we did that, I was like, wow, okay, we can do this. And I ended up leaving corporate America, and I became a full-time activist, much to my husband's but he was very supportive, and I didn't know anything, and I just followed around every young activist organizer that I could, and I would ask a lot of questions. What does that mean? Who is that? What's an assembly member? What's a delegate? What is all that? And so now I can teach civics. So that's my story. And I also, racial justice is really important to me, so I also got involved with Surge, which is showing up for racial justice, which I really encourage white people to get involved with. It's white people teaching white people about racism, because we don't know, right? And so I'm like, well, I don't.
Yeah, most people don't know they're racist.
Right. And it's not like.
But you are.
Okay. But it's like, I don't say like any bad words, and so I'm not racist, because I don't see it, because I don't feel that oppression, right?
Yeah.
And so once I went there and I started learning, I'm like, holy crap, it's in everything. Banking, housing, freeways. Don't get me started on freeways. So I learned a lot, right? And so it helps me talk to my people about racism, honestly. So anyway, that's where I am. And then, so my cute little husband here wanted to retire early, so we're like, let's look for a place. So we found this adorable little town called Cambridge, Maryland, and we're like, oh my God, it's so cute. So we kept coming back to it. We're like, let's do it. And so we're here now, and then I'm like, I'm gonna start another indivisible group right here. Why not?
I was like, ugh, again.
And now he's glad I did.
Well, now I have time. You know, I was able to retire early after saving and saving and saving and saving.
Okay, so what's the point of this whole video?
Well, the point of this whole video is that yesterday we had our first.
It wasn't our first.
Well, we organized. It was the first we organized, right?
No.
Oh, it was the second we organized.
Yes.
Yeah, the first one we were downtown in front of his office, but this time we were out in front of
The Hyatt.
Right up Route 50 here. Ocean Gateway, they call it now. It's very fancy.
Totally fancy.
And he was
Who's
sort
he?
of the
You have to lay the groundwork here.
I'm sorry, yeah.
That's okay.
Rep Andy Harris. So
That's
let
fine.
us tell you a little bit about Rep Andy Harris. So
Terrible.
if you recall, during the insurrection, there was a little,
Kerfuffle.
there was that little kerfuffle at the Capitol.
That's a key
The
word.
insurrection. That was pleasant, Leia. Totally distracted by the little butt scooch there, but anyway,
Not by me. We have dogs.
yeah, he's the guy, if you recall, the one representative, one congressperson who brought a gun to the Capitol. Who does that?
Because he's a badass.
No, he wasn't a badass.
No, I
What a
know, but he
badass.
pretends like he is.
One of the guys at the cheapest yacht club in America right over here told me
Don't
that.
tell anybody though.
That you know, he was getting threats or whatever, and I was just like, well, that will become a theme as we get longer into our story here.
How
And,
long is the story going to go?
I don't know. I mean, this is our first time.
Okay,
so
all right, but we're pretty good at
we
it.
can,
Let's be honest.
you know, pontificate, I suppose. What should we call this anyway?
Porch politics.
I know, porch politics, but
Don't overthink it, Andy. Let's just move on.
if you have any ideas for what we should call this,
Yeah, give us a
know.
shout.
Porch politics is what we're going for now. You see, we got
Yeah.
we got the down home,
The rocking chairs.
rocking chairs going.
I feel like I need some iced tea and a sunbonnet.
Trying to, you know, be among the people here. I might get out my guitar and my pipe.
Andy,
All right.
you're getting off of the...
Okay, Rep Andy Harris. So yeah, he's a scared little robot. I swear to God. Oh.
Hey, everybody.
Hi. What's going on? Some kids going down the way here. That's the kind of neighborhood we're in.
It's cute.
It's cute. We love this place. Oh my God.
All right, Andy, get to the point.
Little piece of heaven here.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it really is. So nice.
on the Chop Tank River.
Okay, Andy.
Chop Tank.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So he's well, let's see. I don't know when he was first elected, but he's been in office
2010,
continuous.
I
No,
think.
I think he was elected before that actually, and then a Democrat actually won. So I think it was he was here and he won 2006, and a Democrat won in 2008, and then he won in 2010, and he's been here ever since.
Doing nothing.
Doing literally nothing.
Hiding. He's a hider.
I think he's introduced one bill, and that was to change the name of a post office in Salisbury or something like that. Anyway, he's part of
What a guy.
He's part of the 2010 crew, which is, you know, the Freedom Caucus, you know,
Which is not
the
freedom.
only thing that they've done is try to close down government.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is decades after people like the Koch brothers were basically buying, you know, the most basic person they could find to run in these districts. And he's the only Republican
In Maryland.
in this first district here in Maryland,
In
and
Congress.
for the, you know, U.S. Congress. And yeah, I mean, he's basically done nothing, but somehow he's got these folks convinced that he does great things for them, you know, and he just lies and lies.
He
and
lies
lies.
so easy. It's like,
So
he
easy.
seems like he
No, I'm
means
telling you,
it.
he's like a scared little lying robot.
He's
you
like
know?
a little muskrat that's frozen.
So he was bought, basically, he was fully in the pocket of the Kochs, you know, and then those guys got, you know, old or whatever. Then he was in the pocket of, then he was all in for MAGA.
And you
know.
gotta do your rocking chair.
He was all in for MAGA. And now
We need
he's
pipes.
all in for MAGA Musk, you know, Martian Musk, you know. So, yeah, strange times, you know, where it's just full of like decades of
You want the article?
dog whistlings.
Do you want the article?
Into, you know, I could go on and on.
So let's
you
get to
know,
the point of how
like
he's
a crazy
hurting his own
uncle at the
constituents.
Thanksgiving table, but what?
Let's talk about how he's actually hurting constituents. Like what he says, he does the opposite. So how he's actually hurting people
All right, well,
that
I mean,
we
this
care
is
about.
nothing new.
Farmers,
You guys have
veterans,
heard of
seniors.
all of this, right? Well,
Not
here in the
everybody
first
has.
district on the eastern shore of Maryland is where most of the farms are. There's some up in northern districts as well, but there's a lot of farming here.
Yeah.
But also here is seafood and chicken. Lots of chicken. Frank Purdue, huge plant out at the south end of the county there. And yeah, lots of farmers and watermen, and
Retirees.
lots of
Veterans.
retirees, a lot of veterans.
Tons of
We have a
veterans.
tiny little Social Security office here. We have a small VA facility here. You know, we should go over there and ask how they're doing it, or get some man on the street interviews or something.
That
like
is a
but-
great idea.
Excuse me. Anyway,
I love it.
So we had this little, to do yesterday, and more than
You can't just say to do. You have to. So let me explain it. Let me help. So he was the key. He will not meet with us. We call constantly and request an in-person town hall. He says that we don't. So he's a liar. I'm not the only one. A lot of people do. He's unresponsive. We go to his office. He doesn't let us in. He's supposed to work for us, so he doesn't care. Now,
trying to sit up straight.
we're actually.
Look at you.
No,
and now you sit up straighter too. You're trying to get taller.
I am taller than you,
Don't
Andy.
bun down.
No, I'm not putting my bun down. I love my top knot. Listen to me. And we're just like, look at it. We can disagree. That's cool, but let's have a conversation. Like, let's work together and try to get things done. Yeah, no, he doesn't care, and so he locks us out. So we keep requesting an in-person town hall, but he won't do that because he wants to control the narrative. And so we're just gonna go wherever he goes and be like, "Hey, you ready to do a town hall? Hey, you ready to do a town hall?" Kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get most of that.
So lucky you.
Like, sublimate it onto other people. That would be amazing.
Lucky you. He got the pick of the litter. Anyway, so we're deciding, okay, he's going to be the keynote speaker at the Dorchester County Chamber of Commerce at the Hyatt over here. Well, we're going to show up. And so we did.
I feel like there's not enough light on us.
Over 100, you're trying to blind me.
Oh,
no,
I'm
it's
so
worse.
blind now.
It's terrible.
We don't know how to do all this.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Or crossrates.
Ooh.
So, anyhow, over 100 people showed up demanding a town hall. It was a very peaceful protest. We don't believe in violence or anything like that. And we were just calling for him to hold a town hall. Come talk to us. Come talk to your constituents. We want to talk to you. We don't want to hurt you. We just want to have a conversation.
All right. What did he say? We got.
Oh,
it's
God.
a small town, man. Things get around real fast. There goes one of our Dorchester County school buses.
So I guess he met with the mayor, and he was afraid of this protest and afraid for his safety. The gun guy. Look at me! Look at me! I'm like awesome, but he can't handle a bunch of retirees.
Seriously, this guy. Do you remember the guy that was inside the 3CPO costume or whatever?
Oh, Star Wars.
This is totally
That's
what that
we're
guy
going
looks
We're
like.
going to Star Wars now.
Completely looks like that guy, but the nerd version of that nerd.
So anyway, yeah, sorry. Okay, that's
Hey.
cute. That's cute, honey. That's cute. I'm gonna call you Chewy. Just for this reference. Okay, so I have been, around town speaking, talking to people, and people are like pissed off at this guy. They're like, he's so terrible. He will not talk to anybody. He shuts everybody out. He is supporting Trump and Musk totally. And what Trump and Musk are doing is trying to dismantle the government so they can buy it really cheap and sell off its parts. And that's going to be on our backs. They're trying to dismantle Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Andy Harris just vote. You can look up his votes if you don't believe me. He voted to strip almost 200,000 of his constituents, strip them from healthcare. Medicaid.
That was the recent continuing resolution or whatever, where they added on some
they
stuff where they want to dismantle Medicaid and Medicare.
Yeah. And veterans. Oh, yeah.
Veterans,
and then all these federal firings. 30 or 40%. Hold on, I'm not saying.
I got something to say.
Okay. Are disabled veterans. So he says he loves a vet. Like, why isn't he standing up going, this is not right? He's not. He's hiding because you know what? He's a coward. He wants to give all that money to billionaires.
So let me just
Not cool.
Let me just say, like he said now twice in the newspapers, like, this is the first time he said anything. We've been calling
Dear
for
rocking chair.
This is the first time we've heard from him, and we didn't hear from him directly. He's talking to I think he talked to the what's that called? The Star Democrat, and he also talked to WBOC.
Yeah, he's just lying.
And well, we'll get to that in a minute, but I want to get to the point where, like, he's saying basically, well, these farmers, they don't have to worry about it because, we made sure there's money in the insurance pool or whatever for crops. And it's like, at first I was just like, well, I mean, I guess that. And then I was like, wait a minute, no, insurance. That's what you use when shit fails,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. And he goes to that. He also did that for what? Oh, he also said, well, I know all these federal employees, are worried about jobs. Every 3-4 years, corporations lay off folks. That's just the way it is.
Yeah,
That's why we have what?
Unemployment
insurance.
Which they're also trying to get rid of.
Which they're also trying to get rid of. It's like, huh? So yesterday, I saw these old school, like, I just remember some of the old factory guys I used to know up north, like at Pratt Whitney and stuff. Like these guys are old, these guys are old union guys, right? And they're veterans and stuff. And they were out there, man. They were out there, rough looking. Like
there was Republicans.
One guy
out there
had
with
on
us,
his.
too.
He was a vet, and he had on his beret with the.
Yep, totally proud veteran.
And he was. Oh, scared.
I
could see, like, maybe he's scared of that guy, but scared of me? I'm a teddy bear.
Scared of
My
me?
God.
I'm adorable
by the
and
way,
hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, I was getting to the point too,
Very friendly.
where we heard through the what does Jim call it? The coconut, whatever. I don't know. Jim might. He can remind me of that. I'm losing words now that I'm retired or whatever. But what did they say?
Who's they?
What did we hear about the mayor and John Andy Harris?
Oh, he's afraid.
Yeah.
He's afraid for his safety.
He doesn't want to talk just because he's afraid for his safety.
At our little protest that was nonviolent and everybody was 60, 70, 80
all
years
these folks,
old.
all these folks that were out there are scared about losing their Social Security.
Yes.
I mean, we were ex-gen skewing young there. You know what I mean? Like
we were the young whippersnappers.
We're the whippersnappers out there.
Total whippersnappers.
These folks are scared out of their minds.
Yep.
He's scared. He's scared.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
They are scared out of their minds.
Yeah.
That they're going to lose their Social Security.
Yep.
Hey, most of the people here, they're not living in luxury,
Nope.
They're living month to month off of their
Yep.
Social Security,
Yep.
It's one of the last places in the state where you can almost afford to live.
Yeah.
So that's why we're here.
So yeah, he's just
stretching our
he's a liar.
little retirement dollars. Anyway. Yeah.
But so people came from, a lot of our neighbors were there.
Mm-hmm.
People came from all over his district. From Easton, from Trapp, from Hurlock. They were coming from everywhere. So because he's such a liar, he was saying, "Oh yeah, these are all paid protesters brought in
by buses."
By buses,
that old line.
That
old line.
Hold on, he needs to call the dude from Walmart because that guy came over and threatened to tow our cars 1,000 times.
Go figure, Walmart. Walmart wouldn't do that.
Yeah, Walmart.
We can't say too much about them because they employ so many people.
But
here,
we should do a just
ridiculous.
transition and put them in better jobs where they don't have to be on food stamps.
So they were saying they're going to start towing everybody, and I'm like, listen, man, how many tow trucks have you seen in town?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they don't have enough tow trucks to tow 150 people.
And how do they know which cars at the protest?
And
it was
also,
just stupid.
It took a while, but then one tow truck showed up, and
just
he didn't know who to tow.
Just for looks
so it was
of it.
Hilarious.
Just for looks of it.
Wow, I love living in a little town. It's
I
amazing.
know. I know. So he's just a liar, and he just keeps saying they're paid for. He lies about everything. So I would not believe. So we're just gonna keep showing up wherever he goes. We're gonna go, and then we're just gonna see. He'll talk to us. We want a town hall. He says he's doing a tele town hall where 5,000 people are gonna be there. Yeah, it's nowhere on his site that I have seen.
Do you think we'll actually be invited? I don't know.
No.
Or is he just all right?
He wants to control the narrative.
Hello.
He wants to control the narrative. So we're going to do our own town hall in person, and we're going to invite him. And we're like, you should come.
Hey.
We'll welcome you and welcome your comments, but he won't because he's a big baby.
Yeah.
He's a big MAGA baby.
Yeah. What else?
And he's screwing over people here. And listen, let me tell you something. I know, I'm saying it again. But let me tell you something. There are people that voted for him. Totally fine. I get it. The people that voted for Trump, I understand. That are now going, oh my God, I shouldn't have done that. And not everybody.
That's true.
But I want to let you guys know you are welcome here.
We're only 2 months in here, man, and you know.
2 months.
What is it?
Oh, since
we're only 2 months in, and he's
Yeah.
starting to lose his straight up MAGA people, man.
yeah, and so they're kind. So you know, you are welcome. We will protect you. We care about you. We care about our farmers, our veterans. Like truly, we walk the talk. They just talk, and then they walk really fast into hiding.
You know, if you're tired of just the lip service, you know,
I know, it's annoying,
that
right?
they've always given to us, even going back to the 80s. You remember Farm Aid? You know, what was happening to the farmers in
Right.
the 80s?
Yep.
Republicans were giving lip service back then, too.
Yeah.
And who stepped up? Who stepped up? Willie Nelson.
Yeah,
stepped up.
Willie's awesome.
Anyway, it's the same stuff. Nothing's changed. Same old talking, doing nothing. That's Andy Harris, man. Scared little C-3PO robot.
He's so scared. He is a little scaredy little baby boy. His mom's Ukrainian. She would roll over in his grave right now. Right now.
Do you know she's passed?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
She
you don't
passed
wanna
in
make-
2020.
You don't want to make.
But she's
you know, too
Ukrainian,
many
and now he's
assumptions.
just letting, like, screwing over Ukraine. I mean, this guy is bought and paid for 100 times over.
Yeah.
So
also,
we need to, like, hey, if you want to run for office, we'll
Yeah,
help
we
you.
need a good, you know,
Someone who's
there's
not
this-
gonna take
who's that
PAC
kid,
money.
you know, from Tillman, Iowa. or
Okay,
something,
don't
like a
don't
real,
put his name out there.
a real local.
But someone who's not going to take any corporate PAC money. I know it's hard, but you have the grassroots behind you, and we're
100%,
mighty.
you
We're
know,
mighty powerful, Andy.
If you're,
this is my
you're,
Andy.
I'm the other Andy.
This is the good Andy.
Anyway, like,
This
you
is
know,
my little pumpkin
the realer you are,
Andy.
the more we'll help you. 100%. Like, we want to really get a real person in office that will actually serve
paid protester. That's hilarious.
District 1 of Maryland
God, if I was a paid
on
protester,
the Eastern Shore.
That'd be kind of cool.
All right.
But
What do you
yeah.
think? Good enough?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Over and out.
Bye.
Peace.